Okay, folks, here's some answers to quiz number 16. So, I asked you the missing sibling. Question 1. Bill, Percy, George, Ronald, Fred, Charlie. They're all the Weasleys. They're all the brothers. I was missing the sister, Ginny. So your correct answer was Ginny. Question 2. I gave you Verl, Tom, Alan, Wayne, Merrill, Jay, and possibly most indicatively, Jimmy and Marie. Those would be the Osmonds. And Donnie was the missing one. Question 3. I gave you Rob, Sansa, Bran, Rickon, and the massive giveaway, Jon Snow. Those are the sons of Eddard Stark in Game of Thrones, and the missing sibling is Arya. Arya. Question 4. I gave you Rebby, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Latoya, Marlon, Brandon, who died in infancy, Michael, Stephen. Missing one is Janet. Those are the Jackson siblings. And finally, I gave you Rob, Courtney, Chloe, ridiculously spelt, Kendall, Kylie, and we were missing Kim. They are, of course, the Kardashians. I can't even say it, let alone watch it. Anyway, next I showed you some maps of North America. Number 6. I realise not many of us know about the municipalities of Mexico, but that was one that at least we might have heard of in another form. That's Chihuahua, spelled Chihuahua. So Chihuahua. Question 7. I thought that was quite an easy one. That was California. Question 8. Again, relatively easy, I think. If you know a little bit about Canada, that's Quebec. Quebec. I was told off for saying Quebec on the night by our resident Canadian. Question 9, tricky one. That's Tennessee. I had the joy of going on with very little notice as a principal role in the Mikado in Greenville, Tennessee, back in 2008. There we go. There's a bit of trivia for you. Question 10. That's Saskatchewan, which it was pointed to me has the marvellously named capital, Regina. So yes, Saskatchewan for question 10. I'm really not worried about the spellings. So then the music round. So 4 of these were the Beatles, all of them post-Beatles career. So question 11, that was Ringo Starr. And question 12, that was John Lennon singing the nonsense. That was Dream Number 9. Apparently that was a nonsense phrase that came to him in a dream. The video to that song is very, very strange. Question 13, that was George Harrison. Apparently he was sued for that because it sounded an awful lot like someone else's song. Now, question 14, this was your outlier. This is not a member of the Beatles. This was Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son. Saltwater wells in my eye. And lastly, question 15, Once Upon a Long Ago, that's by Paul McCartney. Song of my childhood. And lastly, more or less, which is bigger? The elephant, the fully grown African elephant, fully grown African elephant, or a newborn blue whale? That would be the elephant. You're talking about 6 tons or so for a fully grown African elephant, whereas a biggish blue whale baby is still less than 3 tons. So, which is nearest to us at its nearest point? That would be Venus. Venus gets nearest to us out of Venus and Mars. The ice is thicker on Antarctica. It's up to 4.7 kilometers thick on Antarctica, as opposed to just 3 kilometers thick on Greenland. It's still incredibly thick, though. Question 19. These volcanic explosions, these are amazing. So Vesuvius was a level 5, also known as a paroxysmic eruption. It is the deadliest in European history. It was 100,000 times the power of the Nagasaki and Hiroshima bombs, and it destroyed the cities of Herculaneum and Pompeii. However, Krakatoa was known as colossal and is a level 6. It blew away 70% of the actual island. I don't mean what was on the surface of the island. 70% of the whole physical island fell into the sea or was evaporated. The sound was so loud it was heard 3,110 kilometres away in Perth in Western Australia. It's one of the loudest sounds ever to have been generated on this planet. So yeah, Krakatoa is your correct answer. It was the more powerful eruption. There have been more powerful eruptions than both of those, though none of them have been within properly recorded history. They're sort of postulated from combinations of geological evidence and sort of historical documents such that we have from places like ancient Greece, for example, the Santorini eruption, or Thera as it's also known. So yeah, Krakatoa is the answer to 19. Question 20. According to Mohs scale of hardness, Moh, M-O-H, not the guy from The Simpsons, Mohs scale of hardness, Northern is showing. Glass is harder than copper. Glass is more breakable than copper, but it's harder as a substance. So there you go. Those were the answers. I hope you enjoy. I hope you got a reasonable score. Give me a message. Tell me how you did, what you thought. Any comments? Argue about the answers. I won't respond to those. Anyway, have fun. I'll be back soon. Very soon.